Grief doesn't always start with tears. Sometimes it starts with silence, a tight chest, an invisible weight in your body, and a quiet voice inside whispering, "What just happened to me?" That's not just sadness, it's something deeper. In The Sorrow of Separation, Susan Anderson describes it as abandonment. Shock. A panic that overwhelms the nervous system. You may look fine on the outside, but inside everything collapses. It's the kind of grief that comes not just from who we lost, but from the very fear of being left behind. She says this pain often reactivates something older, a wound many of us carry without knowing. A wound from childhood when someone didn't show up, didn't protect us, didn't notice we were hurting. So when love leaves now, through loss, death, breakup, or even the slightest disapproval, this old wound reopens. It's not just this goodbye or disrespect. It's all the unspoken ones before. This kind of grief doesn't respond to logic. It lives in the body in skipped meals, sleepless nights, tears without warning. This is not you being dramatic. This is your nervous system remembering, and your grief is valid, even if no one else sees it.
What if grief isn't a problem to be solved, but something sacred to be carried? And it's okay that you're not okay. Devine says, grief isn't a sign that something's wrong with you. It's a sign that something mattered deeply. The world often tells us to move on, stay strong, or look for the silver lining. But none of those things change the fact that your world has changed, and it hurts. Devine says, grief is not about recovery. It's about learning to live with what's been lost. You grieve not just the person, but the version of yourself that only existed with them. The inside jokes, the quiet moments, the plans that will never happen. And when people rush you, dismiss you, or try to cheer you up, it can feel like they're trying to erase what you love. But your pain is not too much. You're not too sensitive. You're not behind in some emotional race. You're grieving, and that is human. So here's the truth. You don't have to be over it. You just have to be allowed to be in it. And that starts with someone saying, "I see you." That hurts, and it makes sense.
If Devine gives us permission to feel grief, Francis Weller gives us permission to honor it. In The Wild Edge of Sorrow, he says, "To love well is to grieve deeply." He sees grief as sacred, not something we escape, but something we give ceremony. We don't just grieve the dead, we grieve lost dreams, lost childhoods, parts of ourselves we had to leave behind to survive. Weller reminds us our ancestors didn't grieve alone. They sang, they cried, they gathered, not to fix, but to feel the grief fully. Grief needs space, and it needs witness, a candle, an empty chair, a letter never sent. These are rituals of truth, not to end pain, but to honor it. Grief doesn't want to be solved, it wants to be seen. So if you're holding grief right now, know this. You're not broken, you're not wrong, you're responding to love that had nowhere to go. And here, on ReadEasyHQ, you don't have to hold that love alone. Break here, stop mill. If this video held part of your grief, share it in the comments. What has helped you carry it, or what do you still hold in silence? Subscribe for more honest reflections and healing stories. Like and share to remind someone that they're not alone in what they carry. Let's grow slow, root deep, and hold grief the way it deserves to be held.